Okay, this is off the record, as you told me to say.
Dang! All right, guys,
Sorry.
so when you hear this later, just know that I done screwed up.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Book Retorts. I'm Danielle.
I'm Sam.
And this is the podcast where one of us explains a weird piece of media to the other who has no experience with it.
That's me, Danielle, like a brand new lamp. Don't forget to put a light bulb of knowledge inside of me.
We used lamps last time. I came up with the lamp analogy.
Did you? Yeah, you did.
I was a brand new lamp, plug me in, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you know what?
Whatever.
That's probably why I was in my head. I'm like, I can do better.
Suck
and
it.
I did.
I win.
Excuse me. I think my lamp one was better. Knowledge bulb in my face. Great.
Whatever.
All right. You want me to do another one?
No, it's fine. You're going to have to live in shame.
No, because I'll just cut it out. Reality is mine to control.
Fair.
I won't do that. Who cares?
You can't cut it out because you don't have another one to use.
Sure, I can do another one.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
I'm like brand new shoes.
No,
Don't
no.
eat the silica package that's inside my inside, and for sure take it out. There you go. See, done.
So dumb.
I've played with shoes before too. I don't remember. I'm losing track here.
I don't think you've done brand new shoes. I could be wrong. I mean, it's 5 years of episodes. What do I know?
Given the zero effort I put into thinking about these before the moment is upon me, I think I'm doing all right.
You're doing great.
Good job, us, for making this the entire podcast now.
Anyway, that's not why everybody's here.
Are you
I'm
sure?
No, I'm not sure. I don't know how much people love your intros. I'm sure they do. I'm sure
I think
it's the best part
I
of the
don't love
episode.
them. There's so much pressure.
You do great. I could never come up with them, as we've established.
You did the lamp one. I got you props.
Sort of. It got, played into it, because I couldn't think of anything else. Anyway, because you misheard me, I think.
That's right, I did. You said lamb.
Okay.
I was like,
We made it there.
team effort.
All right, Sam.
Yeah, what are we doing today? Well, that's actually important.
You know what time it is?
Oh, gosh. Is it more Nancy Drew or Party Boys?
No, it's not.
Is it Sweet Valley High?
It's not.
Is it Crabs?
No, unfortunately. We would have Philip on for that. We
I
wouldn't
was
leave
going to
him out.
say, that would be an awful rude.
That would be mean.
Is it a K-drama?
It's a K-drama!
Yeah, okay, I got there. I got 4 genres. I was going to hit it eventually.
I do other things. Lots of horror. You didn't guess horror.
Yeah, but, we're past that for now.
All right, yeah, I can do it anyway.
You can't stop me.
Several years ago, I did Jason in January, so Jason January.
That was less horror than it was space comedy, I think.
Oh, gosh, that was a thing. I almost regret watching that movie.
All right, what are we doing today? What K-drama have you brought me that is going to be inscrutable?
This is going to be a several episode run. Sorry,
Of
everybody,
course.
if you don't
Yeah,
like K-dramas, but it's a K-drama. I'm trying my best to consolidate. You would be so proud of me if you'd watched this and then you looked at my notes, Sam.
Ooh, I'm already proud of you, Danielle.
Yes, this is the 2013 K-drama, Korean drama, I Hear Your Voice.
Does someone turn into an animal?
Unfortunately, no.
Or ghost?
No.
Okay, I'm trying to think about all the things I think the man's voice or whatever from the cat one.
There is no talking cat.
Oh,
I will send you the summary, which I laughed so hard when I read the summary. It's fantastic. I was going to give you a one-line summary from IMDb, and then I found this one. And I don't know who wrote this, but it's something.
Give them a raise.
It's not how I would describe it.
But that's why you're not a professional summary writer, Danielle.
That's true.
I feel attacked already. All right. You're innocent until proven guilty. Unless you're in the unlucky situation of being guilty until proven innocent. What?
I don't know.
What? Okay.
I don't know who wrote this, but it's just great.
Sure. Cool. Got it. For these unfortunate souls, there's only a 1% chance of freedom. And it's up to a comically pugnacious crew of private investigators. I'm going to apologize in advance for these names. Let's get into it. Lawyer Hye-sung. Sorry, I don't know Korean. Is that even close?
Hye-sung.
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 Hye-sung, got it. Played by Lee Bo-young. Also with her salty attitude leads Cha Kwan-woo, Yu Sang-wei.
You can skip the actor names if you want to. I could have taken them out, I suppose.
Look, Danielle, I must live in my shame. A former cop turned lawyer, and Park Soo-ha, Lee Young-suk, a mysterious teen with the ability to read minds. What? Together, this unlucky team turns convictions with unconventional methods and turns convictions?
Yeah, turns convictions. You know, like you're convicted, but they turn it to
innocent. Like overturning the conviction?
Essentially, yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, I thought they were like going to turn convictions into innocence or something. I thought I was going somewhere. I got a little confused. Turns convictions with unconventional methods and proves that while sometimes justice is blind to a fault, what? She can still hear your voice. What?
I don't know. It's so good. It has nothing to do with anything, and I love it.
There isn't a teen who can read minds in this show?
There is not even a pugnacious crew of private investigators. They're lawyers. I don't know what they're talking about.
Are these actors the right... Did I just struggle through those names for nothing? Did I make a fool of myself saying Korean names the worst possible way for nothing?
These are their names.
Okay. Is this for the right show? Did you find a different K-drama summary?
No, it is.
So they're not lawyers. There's no psychic teenager. What's going on?
They are lawyers. They're not private investigators.
Yeah. Okay. But then is there a psychic teenager?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that was the part I was most worried to be wrong. Because I was like, yeah, psychic teenager.
It's
also,
so good.
That first sentence is the most, tautalistic thing I've ever heard. You're innocent until proven guilty unless you're guilty until proven innocent. Okay, thank you, Riddler. You want me to fight Batman now? What's going on here?
So funny. I was thrilled to find this. This was the absolute best thing I've ever found on the internet.
Where did you find it? Where was it?
It wasn't on Amazon.
I gotta say, Amazon summaries are insane. I thought IMDb was like the laziest place to get summaries. Oh, I'm going to Amazon for all of them because they're terrible.
So good. All right. That was my delightful find this morning, and on to the episode.
No, I thought we're done. That's it. I thought we were just doing that.
That is the summary. That's all that happened. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
I'm sorry again about the names. If you're Korean, please don't hate me. I promise if I heard your name, I would probably say it better than if I tried to read it.
All right, let's do this. And also, I'm not going to pronounce the names 100% correctly either. I will do my absolute best to
We're trying. So. We love you. Don't hate us.
And feel free to write in and correct us if
absolutely
are terrible at it.
Yep.
All right. So what I'm doing is there's a million episodes of this. I've combined multiple episodes into one thing. Please forgive me, lovely audience, if I skip your favorite parts. I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to stick with the concept of our podcast, which is the weird things.
And also, quick question. Is this like a serialized show, or is it more like a case of the week type thing, like a procedural?
It's a combination. So there are different episodes where, not each episode, but there'll be one or two episodes that are covering a certain court case. Mm-hmm. But there's an overarching plot as well that becomes more and more prominent as the series goes on.
Two other quick questions. Sorry, I hate to derail. Is anyone actually guilty until proven innocent, or is that just... Is this like a dystopia, or is that just a weird turn of phrase to start that description with?
Off the top of my head, I can't think of any. Well, that's not entirely true. Lots of times they go into it thinking that the characters are guilty, and it turns out that they're innocent. So sure, let's pretend that's a correct statement.
Okay, and that 1% chance of freedom figure, where did they get that statistic?
Don't know.
Great, got it. I didn't know if there was
I was confused.
Okay, great, perfect. All right, that's all. That's it. I think I've dissected that summary as far as can be done. Let's get into it.
And I would like to say on the onset of that I've seen this before years ago, and I just recently started rewatching it, and then it occurred to me that it might be great for the podcast. I'm almost to the end of it again. I don't quite remember what happens in the end, which is always fun for me while I'm recapping these things where you have no idea where it's actually going. Yeah. And also, if this is the way the Korean justice system works, boy, are they in trouble. Ours isn't great here in the United States, but I had questions. You will have them too, I'm sure.
Can't wait. Let's do it.
All right. Enter a high school student in a high school, Soo-ha, walking up the stairs to class. Inside the classroom, a group of students are clearly in a hurry to wrap up some nefarious activities and pretend like they're doing nothing. You know, they're like, get that out of the way, hurry up. Sure. And the kids are walking up to this classroom. So this girl walks in, she's got a trash can, she's clearly been cleaning the classroom. Is this girl important? No, but for a minute I thought she was the main character because the camera focuses on her an awful lot during this.
Hey, good for her.
And then Soo-ha, the actual main character, walks in behind her and squints his eyes at the main instigator of whatever's going on in this room. The instigator tells the girl to clean the room. He's like, you have to sweep the room, go grab that broom. And he hears the instigator's voice in his head saying, did we put enough glue on the broom? And the boy next to her thinks, did we put enough oil on the floor? It's clear they're trying to prank this girl into falling on her face.
Oh, that doesn't like a prank so much as assault, but like, yes. Okay.
Yes. Well, the characters, these particular characters, these instigators, as I call them in my notes,
good.
They call it a prank, and yes, it does become an issue at some point.
No duh. Quick question.
Yes.
This is maybe a broader philosophical question about psychic abilities, but it often seems in shows and movies that psychic powers are perceived as like the person is talking in your head. But how often do you just think in complete sentences, like a running dialogue all the time consistently?
I thought of that a lot while I was watching this because, yes, what happens is it almost like freeze frames and then you hear the person's thoughts. And I'm like, that's not how any of that works. And as far as I can tell, he doesn't see visions or anything. People think in not words all the time. In fact,
feelings,
a large percentage
concepts,
of the population thinks not in words. So,
Or like, you sometimes have an internal monologue. I'm not saying that doesn't exist, but I'm like, I don't often, when I'm lazy in my head, I'll just think something and be like, I don't need to make it a complete grammatical sentence.
Yes, agreed.
Okay. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page there. If there was anything. All right.
So he just hears literal full sentences.
All right. Got it.
Soo-ha, sighing, tells the girl to go clean the windows and he'll sweep up the room. And the whole room like erupts and is like, no, don't do that. But alas, the broom is now stuck to him.
Oh, no.
He pretends to be confused. And while the guy in the room is trying to get the broom from him, he's acting like it's uncontrollable in his hands. And he's like swinging it at him like, oh, sorry. He's like, as he's like whacking him with it.
So wait, do they not like the girl, but they like Soo-ha?
Yeah. They're fine with Soo-ha.
Okay.
It's a long story. It really has nothing to do with anything that we're going to get into. They make fun of her.
All right. They're mean. Got it.
So he's like whacking this guy with the broom like every time he turns, like he can't control it because it's stuck to his hands. And this somehow escalates into the guy thinking he wants to fight, which I'm like, dude, you're the one who put glue on the hands of the broom. I'm like, why?
Now that I've glued the broom to your hand, do you want to fight me? Is that what this, like, I'd be like, kinda, yeah, you're a jerk.
So the glue finally comes off and the guy is failing miserably at hitting the boy because, as we've discovered, he can read his mind, so he knows exactly what he's going to do at any given moment.
Wait.
Yes.
So psychic abilities extend from just hearing the person's internal dialogue to like anticipate. Like I'm not thinking like I'm going to throw a left hook right now when I'm like fight. Like
no.
People don't do that.
Can he also see visions in his head? I don't know.
Sam. That's being like precognizant, not necessarily or whatever
It's suggested that the guy's thinking about like what he's doing, so therefore Soo-ha can react.
This is like that dumb Sherlock movie where he like was a psychic fighter, and it was as dumb then as it is now.
Well, buckle in.
Oh no, that's not. All right, I'm not gonna belabor it.
That's a different take than you usually do.
Not believing something? We got so many more episodes. It's going to come up again. I know it is. I got to pace myself. This is a marathon, not a sprint.
Anyway, Soo-ha wins the fight, and the next scene is the bully doing damage control on his phone in the bathroom, trying to stop the rumor mill from spreading with news of his defeat. And Soo-ha walks in, and the pee dries up on the bully while he's trying to pee into the urinal. And it just, like, trickles to a stop. And he's like,
why?
Oh,
what a choice.
Because he's scared. He's scared of him.
Okay.
And Soo-ha is like, no, go ahead, pee comfortably. I'm not going to do anything to you. And he goes to the bathroom himself without trouble. It's actually a pretty funny gag because Soo-ha is just like peeing normally. And the guy's like, I can't.
Look, pee shyness is a real thing. Public restrooms are the bane of people's existence. I feel you.
That's true. He asks the bully if he wants to know how he won so easily. And the guy's like, I guess. And he's like, I can read minds, so I knew exactly what you were going to do.
What? Why do that?
He just tells him. And the guy's like, really? And Soo-ha is like, no, man, I'm joking. Obviously, you just slipped. Like, I didn't even hit you. And the guy postures. He's like telling him, like, watch yourself. Next time I'll get you, kind of thing. And then he murmurs to himself in his head that he's only taking it easy on Soo-ha because he's an orphan.
Oh, psychic orphan?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, okay, great. That's a bad name for the show. The Psychic Orphan.
No, I can hear your voice.
I would watch that. I just got the title. I just got the title. Thank you, by the way.
There you go.
Mine's better, honestly. That's basically I'm Psychic, the show.
So Soo-ha gets an angry face and leaves the bathroom without engaging, which good on him, I guess. And he's outside the school. He's looking at this medallion that's attached to his phone. And the scene shifts into the past with Soo-ha in the car with his dad. He's probably like 8 years old or so. Mm-hmm. And the medallion's hanging from the rearview mirror. Soo-ha is trying to convince his dad to go to the aquarium that weekend when suddenly, out of nowhere, a truck spills out of an intersection, crashing into the car.
Oh no, tragedy. Gives him psychic powers.
Yes, I have questions. So they're badly injured, but the dad tells him to hold on and help will come. And the man driving the truck climbs out and knocks on the front window, seeing them alive. The dad starts asking for help. And Soo-ha looks at the man and he hears this voice. It says, he's still alive. I should have killed him in one go. Now it's too much work.
Oh, so he was an assassin.
Maybe. Soo-ha starts to panic. I'm not going to tell you, Sam. I'm not going to tell you the plot of the story.
Gee, I just said innocent truck driver who is now sad that I didn't kill this guy once after making more work of it. I think I can piece it together.
We'll find out. So Soo-ha starts to panic. He's trying to tell his dad that they need to run away, but before they can do anything, the man climbs into the car and breaks in the window with a metal pipe. He kills the dad. The kid crying out is the next target, and as the man raises his bar, we cut back to Soo-ha in the modern day, saying that
How did he escape?
I don't know. We'll find out. Or not.
Maybe.
Maybe he's a ghost.
See, I knew there was a ghost involved.
Maybe that's why he can read people's minds. So there's a voiceover saying that since that day, he hears 2 sounds. The ones everybody else hears, and then the one only he can hear. So I guess, again, that his magic power started in that moment. He didn't hear his dad. He just only heard this guy.
That's another thing I gotta say about, like, psychic powers. People's brains are loud. They're imagine if people were constantly shouting at you. How could you discern one thought from another?
Yeah, and they don't go into that as well as that one Buffy episode does, where she's like overwhelmed by all the people talking and she goes into like almost a coma
Buffy,
state.
I guess, Danielle.
I'm just saying that was very realistic, like if you could actually hear everybody's thoughts.
Yeah, realistic.
Yeah, but we do find out, and this is not a spoiler, we'll find it out shortly, is that he can only hear people's thoughts if he's looking at them, like in their eyes, essentially.
Oh, so he has to be like focused
making eye contact, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
So that does help, I think, a little bit. But I agree that even if you're just listening to one person's thoughts, there's a lot going on in one person's head.
Well, maybe some people's heads are quieter than others. I'm not here to to diss anybody.
So they show a montage of Soo-ha listening in on people kind of unwillingly, like anytime he passes them, it happens to catch their eyes. And he puts his headphones on and walks through the crowd. Plot twist. Apparently, Soo-ha is actually friends with the girl bully from back in the room, one of the instigators.
Ooh, an instigator adjacent person.
So he's like sitting in this little kind of hidden staircase outside, and she shows up with a wipe to clean his hands as he sits alone. And
Is that normal?
What, to sit outside?
No, to have like someone bring you a wipe?
Well, it's just so because he got glue on his hands. So she was like bringing him a wipe to clean the hands.
He didn't wash his hands in the bathroom?
I guess, I don't know, maybe it's glue. Maybe it just doesn't come off easily. Super glue is hard to get off your hands.
I mean, I know, but if you can't get it off with a sink in water and soap, I don't think a wet wipe is going to help unless it has a really strong solvent.
I think it was probably character development, like trying to show that she cared about this person, even though she's kind of a jerk to this
Danielle,
other girl.
I got that. I'm here to be a nitpicking jerk. That's how the show works.
And so she asks why he interrupted their prank, and he's like, I didn't know about it. I didn't interrupt it. I just didn't know about it. And she's like, doesn't believe him. You know, she knows him well enough that he just obviously kind of has a psychic vibe. She thinks it's because he likes the girl that he stood up for, because he had told her previously that he liked someone, but he says it's not.
Is it her?
Yeah, she wants to know if it's her. Of course, she's got designs on him. She's like, oh, maybe it's me in her head. And he's like, yeah, it's not you. He answers all of her questions out loud, basically, but like casually, like he's just thinking them. Mm-hmm. He tells her it's his first love. Cut to a woman in a business suit walking the street.
Is he crushing on some older woman like this business suit woman?
Maybe. We'll find out.
Oh, no.
So we cut to this woman, Hye-sung, a basketball bounces at her and it hits her in the leg, and the high schoolers playing tell her to toss it back, and she rubs the mud off her legs and throws the ball down the hill instead, walking off.
Jerk.
And this is overlaid with Soo-ha talking about how pretty and nice and wonderful his first love is. And it cuts to her at a court hearing, and she's a lawyer. She cares 0% about her job or her clients, as far as I can tell. She's doing the absolute bare minimum, which is like, they're sorry for their sins, they'll repent, please show leniency. She's like sitting next to her clients, and she's like, hey, is your mom alive? And they're like, no, oh, please, forgive them. Their mom passed away in their youth, and they had to work hard to, she's like making stuff up on the spot to like try and get her clients leniency without doing any of the work. The other lawyers and judges that are in the room are just like shaking their heads. Apparently this is like an ongoing issue with her. She's just not in it to win it.
No.
As she's
what a
leaving
great choice. I really doubt Soo-ha's ability to discern people. Like, for a guy who is psychic, you'd think he'd have a better judge of character.
Well, we'll find out.
Maybe.
As she's leaving the courthouse, she's talking to her mom on the phone, who's asking her about her upcoming job interview for a public defender position, which is more money than she's making now. She makes very little. And her mother insists she has to pay back all the money she gave her for law school. She just can't keep doing the bare minimum. She's better than that.
I have never heard of someone making more money as a public defender. I like that system.
Yeah, I think lawyers work a little bit differently there. Yep. I also think that she wasn't working for a law firm, it sounded like. She was just kind of like a private lawyer, so she was just taking on her own clients. And so I think it's probably like public defenders somewhere in the middle, and it's a government-sponsored job. I think it's like very secure, good benefits, money.
I mean, I'm all about it. Give the public defenders more money. It's 100% on that. I just take that idea. I
think they put a little more emphasis. I don't know. I don't live in Korea. People feel free to correct me, but every Korean drama I've ever seen, like, people are working for those government jobs. They want those. It's the whole thing. It. The next day, another man in a suit, assumedly a lawyer, is climbing up the stairs to the courthouse. He's a new guy. We've not seen him before. He stops at the sign for the interviews for public defender, and he gives himself a little pep talk, like, all right, you can do this. Let's go. He enters the room for the interview and tries to chat with the woman from earlier, but she's not having it. And the room is packed. This is clearly like a position that a lot of people want. And now it's finally time for the interviews. And the man, his name is Gwon-woo, goes balls to the wall. He's like idealizing the job. He's talking about integrity and what it means to be a public defender. And like, he's clearly very naive and idealistic about what being a public defender is like and how he's there for the
glory.
People. Yeah. He's there for the people. And the woman, while initially trying to do a standard interview, like hers starts out pretty standardly, she finally just admits that she needs the money when she's trying to get the pity vote through honesty. Like, she's like, my life's been hard, XYZ things have happened, and I make this much money now, and I've heard that you can make basically like 3 times her income currently, and I'm just trying to be honest. And then when that tactic tanks, the judges are like, oh, did you think that we were going to be like, oh, thank you for being so honest, we really appreciate that, and we've never seen such an honest lawyer before. No, we're not going to do that. Get out of here. It's a terrible way to do an interview. These people both suck at interviews, which is why they're going to team up and open their own private psychic lawyer agency. Yes, they become private investigators per the summary. Absolutely. So when that tactic does not work with the judges that are on the panel for the interviews and she's about to be dismissed, she gets asked by one of the people on the panel about something she'd said earlier in her little honesty spiel about her life, about how she was expelled from high school. And he wants to know more about that. Well, I'll be like, I don't know why. We're done here. She sees this, she's like, oh, you could tell in her face. It's like, oh, this is an opportunity. She asks him if telling him the story will change the outcome of her interview. And he's like, well, if the story has any kind of impact, like maybe it will. And then we get a past scene. Okay, great. Into the past. Flashback. She says, 10 years ago, she had one friend. It was the daughter of the house where the mom worked as a housekeeper. Her name was Do-yeon. And they didn't really get along, but they were often together because they were around the same age. They lived in the same house, but she found her very annoying. The scene cuts back and you see them in class doing a test. Hye-sung looks over at the girl and notices that she has a cheat sheet in her sleeve. And Do-yeon looks over and is panicked to have been caught. Uh-oh. So this test apparently has some ramifications, and she was 10th in the class, and now she's 1st because of the results of this exam. And her mom throws her a congratulatory party. And Hye-sung has to help her mom at the party, but gets an invite from one of the other girls that's attending to come over and shoot off some fireworks that they're doing that night. Ooh, fireworks! What could go wrong? Absolutely nothing. And yeah, everything. Oh, no! Do-yeon looks nervous. So every time she looks at her, she's like, are you going to tell on me? You know, you can tell that she's like freaking out about it, but lets her join. And while they're playing, one of the other students lights her firework, but it doesn't shoot. And when she brings it down to look closer at her, it flies off and it hits Do-yeon in the eye, and she's rushed to the hospital.
Yeah, that is what happens.
That is the problem with fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
So sometime later, Hye-sung's mom has insisted that they go visit Do-yeon in the hospital, and the family is all there gathered around her, along with her friends, including the one that actually shot the firework, and they're discussing what happened. And obviously she's taken no responsibility for this. She's like, you know, everybody's like, I don't know what happened. When Hye-sung walks into the room with her mom, the girl responsible panics, and she blames Hye-sung for the fireworks. She's like, I saw her. She did it. A fight immediately erupts as Hye-sung denies any wrongdoing, but Do-young, still nervous that she saw her cheating, joins in, saying that she saw it too. So now everybody, all the kids in the room are like, yeah, we saw her do it. They gang up on her.
Guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah. It makes zero sense also that the person who got injured saw what was happening.
Right.
Sure you did. And you just decided to say it now, days later in the hospital.
Exactly right.
The mom is all over that. She immediately blames the girl, but the father, who's a local judge, is clearly not convinced. But instead of teaching his daughter anything of value or going against his wife, he decides to jump on board and blame her as well.
So he's like, I don't think this is true, but I'm just going to go along to get along?
Yeah, he is an interesting character, and his motivations in this are a little unclear to me. But in this moment, I'm like, was he trying to like teach these poor people who work in his house a lesson? Is he just like trying to be supportive of his daughter and his wife? He doesn't want to go against them.
How dare you be poor and work in my house and not be involved?
I don't know what his thought process is. Like, he clearly, at least the actor plays it as like, I am suspicious that this is not the truth, but I'm not actually going to do any kind of digging to find out if this
I don't
is
like
true or
him.
not. Yeah, it's very odd. He's actually a side character. We'll get into it more in future episodes, but like, I don't understand why he exists. Has this moment. I don't understand his motivations in this moment.
Valid.
Her mother drags her from the room to talk to her outside, and she asks her point blank, like, did you do this? Did you fire the firework into her eye? And the mother's like, regardless of your answer, I will take your side, but I need to know the truth before we go back in there. And Hye-sung says, she's like sobbing, which is unusual for her. As you can tell, she's very like sassy. I'm just letting you know that because I didn't actually explain that, but she's a very sassy character.
Good. All right.
And Hye-sung's like, listen, I know I'm not always nice. I know I don't like Do-young, but I didn't do it. Like, I did not throw a firework at her. I'm not lying, I promise. And the mother, knowing it's going to fully tank her entire life and her career, chooses to believe her and stands up against the family when they go back into the room.
Good.
I know.
The one person I respect. Now she's demanding money from her, though, so
The dad, like I said, clearly playing to both sides, tells him to apologize and admit wrongdoing, or basically you'll have to leave the school. I guess he pays for her to go to school with his daughter to the fancy school. And the mom will have to leave her position if they don't apologize and admit it. And again, he seems to know that's not true. He's like trying to like not get on his wife's bad side. Like, I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of for motivation.
That is, and then there's something here about culture that I am missing that's lost in translation here. But it seems like he is just being the kind of weaseliest guy.
Yeah, it feels like he just refuses to do the right thing, which is made worse by the fact that he's a judge. So he thinks that this is probably not on the up and up, but instead of being like, let's have a private conversation with my wife and my daughter and like get her to tell the truth, which I don't think it would have taken much to break her because she was like feeling real guilty about lying and all the cheating and all like everything that's going on. Nope, none of that happens. Great parenting.
Yeah, I was going to say stellar job.
So Hye-sung looks at her mom and she's like, you can tell, she's like, I just can't do that. I cannot lie. And she refuses to apologize. And she is summarily kicked out of school. And as they have to leave the house. And the next scene is them packing a van up of their belongings to move to their new place.
Oh, that's sad.
No, there's a lot of backstory in this first episode. The rest of it's more interesting.
I'll be the judge of that.
So as they're leaving, one of the workers comes out to wish them well. He has an envelope full of cash that is an offering from the father of the family.
He's like, I know I did wrong, so I'm going to pay you off?
Probably. We'll find out.
I'd be like, thank you, but I don't forgive you.
He calls it like the retirement package, essentially, forced retirement. Hye-sung begs her not to accept it. She's like, it's dirty money. Don't take it. Like, we don't need it. We'll figure it out.
No, take the money. It doesn't obligate you to like forgive them or anything.
Yeah, her mom takes the money, which I can see her mom's point. Like, she's trying to raise a daughter. She has no money. She just lost her job as a housekeeper. She probably wasn't making a crazy ton of money anyway. Like, I don't know. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I'd be like, this is the least he owes me for lying and getting going against his own conscience just to be a coward.
Yeah. So her daughter says if she doesn't give it back, she won't move a muscle from that spot. And the mom's like, fine, then walk to the new place, and then leaves in the moving van. They have like a little argument out front.
I mean, I get sending a principle, but also, like, just take the money? Like, it's not like it's an exchange. Like, you have to sign a non-disclosure or something.
Yep. She's just, the daughter is very self-righteous. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that in, like, that's who she is.
Principled to a fault, in a way.
Yes.
Got it.
Until she becomes a lawyer, apparently, and then she's terrible at it.
Well, lawyers, am I right? Waka waka.
So, come nighttime, Hye-sung is still standing in the street waiting, and the judge/father comes out and asks her how much longer she's willing to wait. And Hye-sung asks him how much he gave her mom, because however much it was money for his conscience, because obviously he had doubts. He's basically like buying her mom off.
Mm-hmm.
He says, no, that's not why. It was to test her mother, because if she believed in her daughter, she wouldn't have taken the money.
Oh, nonsense! What absolute malarkey.
This obviously hits home, and she gets, that expression on her face, like, oh my God, does my mom not believe in me?
That dude sucks. He's a villain.
He kind of is. So they hear a noise as they're talking, and they look up, and you see the mom standing there in the background. She has a pile of the books that the judge has written. He's a well-known, local author, and he's got posters all over. He's, well-known judge. She's got this whole pile of books, and she has a container of lighter fluid, and she soaks the books and then takes out the envelope of cash and soaks it and lights it on fire and throws it into the pile of books, and it goes up in flame.
So she basically takes all his books that she found somewhere in his house, maybe?
She bought them, I think.
So she bought all his books.
Maybe.
Gave him money.
I don't know. Stole them, took them.
And then lights the money on. None of these people make sense. Why?
It's symbolic, Sam. I'm not going to take your money, and your books are nonsense, which she gets into in a second. There's a little speech.
Fine, sure. Leave the money out of this.
No, because it's symbolic. Like he said, I'm sure she knew what the judge meant by that money.
Okay,
and
sure,
yeah, in a perfect world, she'd just take the money and leave. But, she's thinking, this guy probably thinks that he's buying me off and that I don't believe in my daughter. So it's symbolic that she burns the money.
Fine, sure, whatever.
So the man runs over. He's like, what are you doing? And she reads him a line from the book, which was, a judge with a warm heart. It's like the quote on the book. And says she didn't understand a thing while she was reading the book, but now she feels the warmth as she's standing next to a pile of flaming books. Great line. She said her daughter didn't do anything and she was unfairly kicked out of school and he's wrong. And she's a whole little impassioned speech about how he's no real judge.
Yeah,
and her daughter,
you tell him.
Her daughter looks on proudly and then they grasp hands and they walk off. And they make it around the alley and her mom collapses against the wall asking if she did it okay. She had a whole speech prepared. Did it sound like she had memorized it? She's got it all written on her hand. She shows her daughter. She's like, I wanted to make sure I got all the points. And she's like, oh no, I forgot this one line. This was the important bit, And then her daughter gives her a big hug.
Aww.
I know. And her mom chastises her for thinking she wouldn't believe her after she said that she did back at the hospital.
That's right.
Yeah. What a good
tell
mom.
him.
Later on, someday, the next day, 10 days later, don't know.
Who knows? Who cares?
Just another day. Hye-sung is waiting near a park when she runs into Do-young again, coming around a corner. She's got a little eye patch on.
Very nice. Arr!
So Hye-sung pulls out a firework from her back and she lights it. And Do-young is like, what are you doing? Don't know. What are you doing? Stop.
I've already done it. I've already been blamed once for it. So, but double jeopardy. I'll be saved.
Yep. And the little fuse starts to go down and Do-young ducks when Hye-sung points it at her and it goes over her head. And Hye-sung is like, well, it looks like you would duck if you saw a firework coming at your face. So amazing that you didn't before when you quote unquote saw me pointing at you the last time.
Got her. Oh, you lawyered her. Yeah, teenagers really respond to lawyering.
Do-young admits, she's like, I didn't see it, but I know you did it anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's not a lie. And she obviously just thinks she did it because she doesn't want to be tattled on for cheating on that test. She's validating it. So their argument, they're going back and forth, and their argument is interrupted by a car crash noise. And the two girls...
Oh, no, it's... Soo-ha.
Maybe. We'll find out. Or another car crash. Maybe there's just car crashes galore.
Oh, what a wild west of car crashes in Korea. I never knew.
So they run up to the main street and we see, of course, Sam, the scene playing out from earlier.
Yeah.
And they're witnesses. This time, Hye-sung pulls out her phone and starts taking photos. But the camera noise catches the attention of the murderer before he can kill the kid. He slowly moves away from the car. He, like, drags the pole behind him.
He's like, no one saw me?
And it's, like, clinking. It's going against the sidewalk as he's, like, walking towards them. I'm like, okay, drama queen.
Who do you think you are? Jason Voorhees? He's got the drama.
And she stares at him and then turns and, like, looks at the kid that's in the car, and they make eye contact, so it's, like, clear that the kid is
reading her mind.
Yeah, oh no, or, like, he knows what she's thinking before she finds her courage and runs off. He does chase after them, but is unable to find them as they duck behind a large bush in a park. And he hears police sirens. And instead of leaving, he gives a very long speech about how he's going to hunt them down and kill them if they say anything. Because
monologuing?
Yes, and if they say nothing, it'll just be a car accident. But if they say something, then it's murder, and he will murder them and revenge and blah, blah. He just goes on forever. I'm like, there are police sirens.
Not the time. Teenagers don't respond well to logical arguments.
Yes, but I don't know if you caught that, Sam. Apparently his insane plan, is just to hit this guy and the kid and then pretend it was an accident instead of literally anything else that he wouldn't be blamed for.
That is, wouldn't he still be blamed for manslaughter as a driver or something?
Yeah, but why would you want to be attached to it at all? Why wouldn't you hit them and leave? I don't know. Like, why is his plan to be there when the cops come?
Because he's clearly a dummy. That's incredibly stupid.
That seems to be the plan. Like, I from what I'm watching, it seemed like he planned to hit them and just play it off as an accident.
Not to belabor the point, but, like, his plan was stupid to begin with because a car crash is not a guaranteed kill, as he figured out. It seems like if you were going to do this intricate plan, you might want to have a bit more certainty about the end result.
You would think so. And he's got a big truck, like a very large it's not a pickup truck, but it's like a service truck. And he hits a regular car, so I'm sure he thought he'd do quite a lot of damage. But yeah, like you said, there's no guarantee.
And cars, have safety features, and maybe they'll be in a coma. You don't know.
Yeah, very odd choice. It's not how I would have chosen to kill somebody.
Basically, I'm saying, like, whoever hired this assassin or whatever, do better. Get better people.
All right, so cut ahead there. This is, spread around town. This is quite the court case. And even though there's talk of it being a potential murder case going to court, apparently the kid's testimony means literally nothing. And if a witness doesn't come forward, it'll just be an accident.
So Soo-ha's testimony means nothing?
Yeah, who cares if the kid says this guy tried to murder him? He doesn't count. He's an 8-year-old.
I don't know anything about the Korean justice system, but I hope that is fiction.
This is the part, like, from here on, every time we get anything court-related, which is a lot of court stuff, it's a
it's a court drama. I got it.
It's a court drama. I have questions literally every single time something about the Korean justice system comes up. If this was my only thing that I've ever watched about the Korean justice system, I would have questions. If
you're a Korean lawyer or Korean law expert, please get in touch. We are desperate to understand if this show is just like, oh, it's as dumb as CSI is for our justice system, or if it's like, oh no, it is an accurate and chilling portrayal of the Korean justice system.
I've watched a lot of law stuff, even Korean law stuff. I feel like this is not possibly what actually happens.
Really, probably not. But again, I'm a dummy who knows nothing about Korea, so...
It feels like their version of CSI.
Oh, amazing.
So Hye-sung runs into Do-young again, and they're like outside, and everybody's talking about the court case, and they kind of egg each other on. They're like, well, aren't you going to be a witness? Yeah, of course. Aren't you going to be a witness? Like, the way that kids do and 16-year-olds do. And we cut to the trial. I guess the Korean justice system, again, infinitely quicker than the United States. This seems to be within weeks, days.
That's true of all TV law. They don't talk about the years and years it takes for these things to meander.
This is like days later, same grade. She's in the same grade in school. Like, it's the same year.
Incredible.
They're both standing outside of the courtroom behind separate doors. Like, they're not in the courtroom, they're out in the hallway. There's 2 separate doors to get into this room. They're standing at each door dramatically. And they're like, okay, on the count of 3, we're going to go into the courtroom and we're going to be witnesses to this murder. Like,
and then only one of them does.
So they start to count down 3, 2, 1, or 1, 2, 3, or whatever. And as you said, only one hand turns the knob. We don't know which hand. Somebody's hand turns the knob.
Oh, I wonder whose.
You don't know. Maybe the whole
story is her. I've never seen a story before.
Maybe the whole story is her, like, feeling guilty that she didn't go into this.
Okay, well, let's see if that's the case in about 4 seconds here.
No, because we cut to modern day. The judges are listening to Hye-sung in rapt attention, asking who opened the door. And she tells them she will only tell the story up to that point because any further wouldn't help her case towards getting hired. And the judges are like, they're like, oh, she went in. She definitely went. Oh, no, she definitely didn't go in. Or she'd tell us the rest of the story.
So did she hold her story hostage to get the job?
A little bit.
I mean, good for her, but those hiring managers are terrible. That's not a good reason to hire somebody. Oh, everyone sucks in this.
I think it's hilarious because the only interviews you see are this girl's and the guys. And they, like, both are kind of sketchy interviews. And I'm like, there were like 100 candidates in that room. Were there really no better candidates than these two people?
That's my point. And like the one that's trying to manipulate you and hold you hostage, like, I don't think I want her working here. What
she tells them is the only thing she's going to admit to is that she still regrets the decision she made to this day. That's where she's going to leave off.
Good for her, I guess.
Yes. Meanwhile, Soo-ha is leaving the high school and he sees Hye-sung off in the distance. He races after her, but somehow manages just to lose her, even though he's running and she's just power walking in heels, which seems unlikely, but okay.
She's a master of evasion.
I guess so. Back in the past.
Back in the past. That's even the name of this show.
We see Soo-ha in the hospital. You know, he's 8 again. He can't talk for some reason, and we later learned it's trauma-induced, but the detectives are like, I guess if we can't get his testimony, then it's a wrap. It must be an accident. And I'm like, what? Thank you.
These guys suck.
When I tell you, like I said, watched this a couple of weeks ago. I started rewatching it, and I was texting friends of mine. I was like, what is happening in this drama? Like, anytime something came up, I was like, this makes no sense.
That's incredible. Can't even imagine.
So yeah, apparently now it's an accident, and Soo-ha, smarter than the adults, pulls out a piece of paper and writes. He's 8. Of course he can write a note, man. Asking questions.
It's really a condemnation of your investigatory skills if the 8-year-old is outdoing you.
And he writes that the truck driver killed his dad with a pipe. It's not an accident. They're shocked.
Shocked, I tell you. That the thing he'd been saying, I thought his testimony was in it. It doesn't matter. Who cares?
But unfortunately, they can't do a post-mortem because they already cremated the dad's remains in an active possible murder investigation.
What?
What is happening?
All right. I want to say something. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Korea as a nation and people. This show does not.
It's so funny. I was like, what? Why would you cremate this dude? You know that there's an ongoing investigation.
I have Korean coworkers. I'm going to ask them about this show and see if this is like, hey, is your country really a place where the most incompetent detectives work in the world?
Gosh, there's so many. This is just like the begin. I cannot express. This is why I'm doing this show, because I cannot express to you how insane some of this stuff is.
Like, who ordered the body to be burned? Is it a cover-up? If it isn't like some kind of government cover-up for the murder, like, okay, here's the thing. Oh, I've got it. I solved the whole show, Danielle. I
guarantee you it's wrong, but go for it.
No, Danielle, 100% right. So, the government had a secret program. They were genetically engineering psychic children. That's what happened with his father. The father, quote unquote, got too attached to one of the psychic children that was placed in his care from this program. I was trying to make a break for it and escape with him. So the government sent the assassin to kill him and destroy all evidence of the secret psychic children program. And that's why they burned the bodies and all this stuff was happening.
Absolutely. It's like a psychic version of The Pretender. I'm here for it. Let's do it.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, exactly. There we go. Got it. Solved it. Done. Made a better show. Let's go.
Great show, by the way. Highly recommend. Anyway, the detectives step off to the side to discuss.
Okay, just get that away. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I am, because no. And unfortunately not. Unfortunately not.
I was so close.
Because that would be an amazing story, and that is not this story. That's why this story is amazing, actually, is because it's not that story.
It doesn't go anywhere that makes sense. Okay, great, perfect.
So the detectives step off to the side. They're discussing that the kid, they're like, oh, well, the kid that hit his head is hardly a reliable witness. You know, he may have a brain injury. He's probably just thinks things happen.
Investigate.
They didn't take pictures. Like, isn't it the body gonna look different if it was hit repeatedly with a pipe versus
object? Yeah.
Come on, man.
You see these repeated bruising to the chest and head. That was caused by an airbag.
I don't understand this at all.
The only thing that makes sense is the secret government cover-up of their psychic child program.
Yeah. This is obviously, a ploy because they need a real witness. Obviously, one of the kids has to step forward. I know why the story
is doing this.
Yeah, but it's so on the nose. You're like, come on. Why even put any of this in here? They could have just skipped all this, and I would have been like, that's weird that they didn't just ask the kid, and I would have, went one ear or out the other. But because they said all these things, I'm mad about it.
The kid could have been in a coma. The kid could have been in a coma or something.
Could have, but that
maybe
would
he was just,
not make the plot later.
He was just conscious enough to see Soo-ha, Hye-sung come and take the pictures before he passed out or whatever and was unable to.
Or he was in and out of consciousness, so he's not 100% sure what he saw or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure, absolutely. So, cut to the court and the murderer again, so fast.
Okay. You'd think they would at least delay the trial until their star witness was talking again.
Nope, they're not going to do that.
Okay, cool.
I don't even know that they fully did an interview with him. He could just written his answers. I don't think they did that.
No.
Min Jun-guk is the name of the murderer. He's insisting that all he used the pipe for was to break open the window to try and rescue the dad, but he was already dead, so the kid must have misunderstood, which solid alibi.
Defense.
Yeah, I love that.
He's this... This doesn't make up for his initial plan being stupid, but it does raise his value to me a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a completely great answer to that question. And also of note, one of the judges is the dad from earlier for the dad of Do-young.
So they have a judge panel, not a single judge in the court?
Yeah, okay. So this is something that we don't really do much of here in the United States, is they don't always have a trial by jury. They have, most of the time, it sounds like, at least according to this show, who knows in reality, they have a panel of judges.
Yeah, okay.
And you can request a jury trial if you want to. They do a couple of times in the show, but most of them are done by the panel of judges.
Okay.
Min Jun-guk looks at Soo-ha and thinks, all the smart people here are on my side. He's laughing, on the inside, basically, that he's getting away with murder, literally. And Soo-ha, in a fit of rage, starts making noises, and he writes down what the guy is thinking on a piece of paper. And somebody goes over to read it word for word, and the guy realizes, that's weird. This kid can he can read my mind. He realizes
that's his first conclusion. Great.
Well, it's literally word for word what the guy was thinking. And yeah, we all, of course, think exact thoughts and know exactly what somebody's quoting us, I guess. That was
what I think about earlier. How much is going to be reading a mind is like reading a book.
Yeah, that's what this whole premise of the story is. He also says on the piece of paper that he can read minds. And everyone, aside from the murderer who he quoted, now thinks this kid is insane because... a kid just I can read minds. You'd be like, okay, kid.
I mean, to be fair, he's 8 years old. So I can't blame him too much for saying that, but that's not good.
Yeah. And it obviously looks bad for everything, for justice.
For justice. Remember the tagline of the show, Danielle. Justice is blind to a fault, but she can still hear your voice.
Yes. Well, apparently not, because it's going really poorly. Until Hye-sung bursts into the room and says she saw him beat the dad with a steel pipe. Also, she's got videos/photos, I guess, on her phone. And she pulls them out, starts to show the court, and Min Jun-guk launches himself over the table and attacks her. He's like,
that's a real good idea.
You. I told you I would kill you. He just starts freaking out and banging on her, and they pull him away. It's
that's a good way to prove your innocence.
Well, he's on video. It's too late. To be fair, this is 2013, and the phones are sketch.
Yeah. I can say so far, Hye-sung has really been comically pugnacious.
I know. That's a great word for her, in fact. No notes, as you would say. So, court session wraps up. The guy's taken away. He's clearly guilty. The kid with no adult supervision, this little 8-year-old, ends up finding Hye-sung after the hearing. She's crying out.
They just let the kid wander around the court?
And I think he might even be in a hospital gown or something still.
Why?
I could be wrong on that No, and I have to look again.
If you're wrong, I don't want to know, because that's so much funnier to have him in the hospital. Like, they drag this court case is going so quickly, we can't have time to get your pants. You got to get you out to the court immediately.
I could be wrong. He's definitely all bandaged all over his face. I guess he was wounded. So
nice.
Anyway, he finds her out in the gardens of the property of the courthouse, and she's crying, and she's like yelling at him to leave her alone. She regrets going. She's obviously highly traumatized that this adult jumped on her and tried to says he's going to murder her, and she's like, the minute he gets out of jail, he's going to try and kill me. This is all your fault.
Who says he's getting out of jail? I think that's enough reason to keep him locked up forever.
You'd think so. The kid gives
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The kid gives her a hug and finally speaks for the first time, overcoming his trauma just for her, and he promises that he's going to protect her. Okay, little 8-year-old. That's adorable.
It's adorable, but also, no.
Ooh, we'll get into that. Cut to modern day, where Soo-ha...
Back to the present.
Back to present, where Soo-ha is writing in his journal about how he's looking for her and will find her again. So apparently, even though we thought he knew who she was, he does not. He does not know who she is.
Why does he have a journal?
Well, it comes into play later, but he just keeps a journal.
I figured. Okay. Also, if he didn't know who she was, why is he running after her in the heels? He's like,
because...
some random lady that kind of looks like her, so let me go and chase her?
Yes, because you do see a montage of him, one, practicing some kind of martial art. He's obviously learning how to protect her. And then chasing every woman who is an adult with black hair, as far as I can tell, which is a lot of
everyone
people.
In Korea? Not to, it's very common to have black hair and be an adult woman in Korea. He's
just running after them, and he's like, oh, it's not you. He's like staring them in the eyes. Like, I don't know, I don't know how he would know. Yeah. Like, they're not going to look at him and be like, you're the 8-year-old I saw 10 years ago.
This makes less sense every time you reveal a new detail.
I know. So good.
Okay, great.
Love this drama. It's a well-known drama, too. This is not like this, the guy that's in it that plays Soo-ha is in a ton of things later. This was maybe, I don't know if it was his first role, but it was definitely an earlier role for him.
When he launched his career.
It's in a ton of stuff. He's actually quite a good actor. He's very well known, but he's very young in this. Cut to a month later, and Hye-sung and the very earnest lawyer are announced in the paper as being the new hires to the public defender's office.
How?
We do get a little bit of the discussion between the judges, and I'm not gonna. It's dumb. There's no real reason, Sam. The explanations don't make sense.
Oh, okay, great, sure. I hate that word.
Right. They think that the story potentially shows that she's got, a lawyer ethic or something, even though they know that she's not been a good lawyer up to this point, because there is word on the street about what she's been like in court. They think she has
and also she tried to manipulate you. That seems like pretty low.
Maybe they thought that was a good lawyer technique.
Honestly, it is, I guess.
It is.
You got me there. Yeah, okay. I forgot the goal of lawyering is never mind. I'm not gonna get into it.
So though her mom is giving her a hard time about it on the phone, when she makes it back to her mom's restaurant to visit her mom's hung banners and posters all over the alley where the restaurant is that she owns, announcing her daughter's new position. And she's like, eat at the chicken restaurant or whatever it is the public defender's mom runs, she's using her daughter as advertising because she's so proud of her. She's like, you can eat here. My daughter's a public defender. It's very cute.
I wish public defenders were that well respected here, where you could be like, I have a child who's a public defender, which ups the cachet of your restaurant. That'd be amazing.
There's posters and signage everywhere in this alleyway. It's very adorable.
That's a utopia I want to live in.
Meanwhile, back at the high school, the girl who was the instigator of the pranks is doing her nails in the music room of the school. Her name is
Instagirl.
Instagirl. Her name is Song-bin.
Instagirl, got it. sounds like something from The Incredibles.
When suddenly the girl she had been pranking earlier falls from the window and falls to the ground below.
She's dead?
No, but she is very injured.
I was like, wow, this is going to get a dark turn quick.
It kind of does, a little bit.
Yeah.
There's actually it's murder. There's the first scene is somebody murdering a guy in front of a kid, so.
I understand. I mean, so far it seems like it's been more standard procedural than, murdering children.
Yes, no. There's not a whole lot of child murder, thank goodness.
Oh, well, then I'm out.
So the girl, Song-bin, she looks at
Instagirl,
Instagirl, she's like, what's happening? She was totally totally involved with her nails. She had no idea there was anybody in the room with her or anything. So she sticks her head out of the window when she hears the noise and looks down, and a bunch of people below see her, and immediately she's implicated in the assault. And wouldn't you know it...
How are people so bad at this?
I don't know. Wouldn't you know it, she needs a public defender.
So she looks out a window to see what's going on. People are like, yeah, that must be the one, the person who decided to check on how okay their victim was.
Yeah, so I will argue to the end of days that this is all circumstantial. Yeah, she sticks her head out the window. She was supposedly in the room with her at the same time. She sticks her head out the window. She also looks very confused when she looks out the window and then shocked to see a body down there. So like watching it, you would be like, maybe she didn't know that person was there.
Yeah.
And then 2, again, she was in the room with her. And then the other circumstantial evidence is just that she was a bully to this girl, which, like, yeah, none of that looks good, but you didn't see anybody get murdered, man.
Right. It's incredible to me that people jump to conclusions immediately. And I guess that first line of the description was very accurate. You're innocent until proven guilty, unless you're unlucky enough to be guilty until proven innocent. The wisdom of those words should be etched in stone above every courtroom.
Anyway, she needs a public defender, Sam. It's bad.
Oh no, not Instagirl.
Unfortunately for her, she gets assigned Hye-sung, who still has zero excitement about her job. She's just in it for the money. And Hye-sung tells her just to admit she did it and beg for forgiveness and hope they take it easy. Like, she just doesn't believe her that she didn't do it.
Okay. What a great lawyer.
Yeah. Though she is having some unfortunate flashbacks to her childhood of her begging her mom to be believed, because Hye-sung is like, you have to believe me, I didn't do it. She's like, no, snap out of it. You're just here for the money.
And to be fair, the cadre of girls blaming Hye-sung for, like, pointing the bottle rocket in their face was much more convincing than a bunch of kids saw her look out a window after a woman fell out. I would have looked out a window if I saw a body fall. Like, if someone fell out a window in the room I was in, I would have rushed to the window and looked. Yeah, this is not like a deeply suspicious activity.
I know. It's absolute nonsense of a court case.
Yeah, 100%.
So
also, their children, would they end up in court? Like, I don't know how this works.
Oh, yeah, they're at court, and you never once see her parents. I'm like, how old is this girl? Old enough? Is she legal in Korea? Like, is she still in high school? Aren't you, like, underage if you're in high school?
Yeah. That's my question about this is like, are they like, I know that you can try children as adults in rare circumstances, but this doesn't seem like the situation where you'd be like, oh yes, let's put the full weight of the justice system on this child's shoulders.
Yeah, maybe she's an orphan too.
All orphans must be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. What a horrible dystopia.
I don't know what's happening. You never see your parents, as far as I remember.
Everyone in the show's orphan. Got it. What a terrible, like, this is, this could be a sequel to that one show about the reproduction going down. Like,
yeah. Good times.
Okay, great. We found the sequel. Perfect. Or the prequel of one of those.
It's a prequel because this is like still very normal, modern.
Oh yeah,
day,
so now this is the start of it where people all the parents are dying off and no one can make babies anymore.
Exactly.
Got it.
Meanwhile, outside the public defender's office, Soo-ha is beyond excited because he has seen the picture in the newspaper and he has found the woman that his first love, his person, his girl.
So he saw a picture of an adult woman who he hasn't seen since he was 8.
He knew her name.
Oh, he knew her name. Okay, sure.
And she's become a lawyer, which like suits his little pedestal that he's got her on. Like, of course she did, because she stood up for justice and righteousness, and she's the perfect person. He's definitely got her on a pedestal. So he's just like practicing what he's going to say to her. Like, he's just all excited. It's kind of cute.
But he's also like 5 years younger than her, right? Isn't she like an adult and he a child still?
Yeah, I would say it was 10 years ago. He was somewhere between like 8 and 10, and she was probably 16-ish. So yeah, somewhere between 6 and 8 years older. She's in her mid to late 20s, and he's 18, 19.
Okay, so he's 18. That's okay, fine, sure.
Yeah, he's an adult. Like, he's dead. I think he's a senior, if I recall correctly, in high school. So like 18, 19.
I mean, so there's a big difference between an 18-year-old and like a 27-year-old in terms of maturity, of what I've seen.
Yes, of course. But he is technically of age.
Let's not get bogged down in it, please. I don't want to go there.
We'll get into it more later.
Oh, no!
It's okay, Sam. It's fine.
All right. I trust you, Danielle.
Sort of. So
no!
he has now decided he's like low-key stalking her. He wants to go like check this out.
Oh.
And so he's standing outside of the Justice building. He's out there. He's like waiting for her. She comes out. She seems like she's very deep in her thoughts. So he kind of like pauses before he talks to her. He's going to like maybe introduce himself or something, but he's like stands back and watches her instead. And then he just follows her because she's clearly like not paying any attention. And he hops the same bus as her as he tags along as she walks home. And she skips an alley because the lights are out. He reads her mind, so he knows that like that's why she's leaving.
Yes, that's how I walk by. Like I think to myself, the lights are out. I better go a different way.
Yeah, she does because she looks up at them and she's like, "Oh, it's dark.
Work.
Like I should go the long way home. It's safer."
I know.
So
I'm just
she,
making
like,
fun of how the psychic thing works.
How very specific you think.
I'll just glance on the alley, see it's dark, and be like, "Moving on."
Taking the long way back, he looks like thoughtfully up at the lampposts as he's following behind her. And then she walks up the fire escape to her rooftop apartment and he grins happily like, "I know where she lives and I found her and this is the best day ever."
Oh, this guy
now
is
I can protect
not okay.
her.
Ooh, don't like that. He is give me creep vibes real strong.
See, the thing is in reality, this, yes, potentially creepy. In the show, he's charming and adorable, so it's really hard.
Okay. So the actor really pulls it off, what you're telling me.
He really does. He's so
Great.
cute. He's like his little cheeks. You're like, yeah, I'm so glad you found your girl from earlier. That's so nice.
How does she feel about that, though?
I don't know. They haven't met yet. Her mom calls as she's getting ready for bed, and she's complaining about the street lamps being out at her new apartment. And just as she's saying that, the lights come back on. And she steps out to look for
And she sees the murderer in the alley.
No, she sees Soo-ha, though, as he's like wandering away. And she's like, wow, it's really late for a government employee to be out here fixing lights, but, you know, more power to them.
Yeah, sure, yeah, right.
Like, and I have questions. Sam, how would you fix a city street light? Like,
hit it with a wrench.
Yeah, how do you
no, you get like a cherry picker, and you have to have like some kind of, you cordon off the air with like cones or whatever, get like two people in, high vis vests. And I don't know if I'd do it in the middle of the night, but yeah.
And then the light bulbs, or do you just pick them up at the local grocery store? Like,
well, yeah, you just use standard, I think they're 100-watt incandescents.
I don't know. Did he climb up the pole? He did multiple lights. I have real questions.
Yeah, no, and it makes total sense, Danielle. And she didn't see him fixing it when she was walking around there before, so that makes sense too.
Yeah. Nope, it was just somehow in the like interim, I don't know, 20 minutes that she got into her house and changed into pajamas and talked to her mom, the lights got fixed. So amazing.
That is service, Danielle. That's service you want from your local
you're
government.
From your stalker. He's making it safer for her as he stalks.
Did he actually, wait. Did he actually fix the lights?
He fixed the lights!
What? No, okay. Sorry. I thought the implication was the lights just came back on by themselves and he just happened to be one, and she's like, oh, I just made the association like the...
No, it is implied that he fixed the lights himself.
No, okay. Wow. That changes everything. Nonsense. Oh, okay. Now I'm on board with how crazy you are. Like that's what? No.
How?
Did he just pop down to like Lowe's in Korea and get like a high pressure sodium vapor lamp to shove into it? What the heck?
Was it just a short? Did he just like open the box and was like, oh, it's just this, and he plugged it back in? Like, how?
What was live? Did he not electrocute himself? Did he? Like, he's doing training in martial arts. He's also training himself to be an electrician too.
How does he know? I know nothing about street lamps. I would have zero idea how to fix those.
Bonkers, absolutely insane. No way in heck. It was such a ridiculous notion. I assumed it was just not even true. I didn't even think that could be a possibility.
Oh, he's fixing it.
Nonsense.
It's like, I don't know. Koreans, tell me, are streetlights different there? Like,
do they have vigilantes roaming around fixing streetlights and filling potholes? Because that would be that's a great. If your vigilantes are better than ours, where they like fix streetlights instead of, I don't know, hurting people, please, that'd be amazing.
All right. Anyway,
wild. Blew my mind.
I like the delayed response there. Very funny. As Soo-ha is making his way back home, he's waiting at the subway and he sees Sung-bin on the other side of the station. And he's watching her and hearing her. He like looks her in the eyes, hears her thoughts.
I'm so much trouble. They think I did it. They think I didn't do it though.
Yeah. And she's so demoralized. She's like, my lawyer doesn't believe me. Nobody believes me. Why am I even like here? What's the point? I'm going to go to jail. And, like,
throw myself in front of this train.
She wants to step in front of the train. Of course she does.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
And he runs up he's like, no, Sung-bin. And he's like running across, goes up the thing, comes down down the thing on the other side, and he, of course, catches her just as she's, like, about to step in front of the train.
My hero!
So he takes her out. They go to a playground, and they're just, like, hanging out. And he's like, I believe you. And she's like, no, you don't. You're just saying that because you feel bad for me. And he's like, no, I really do, because he can read her mind.
Does he tell her that, or does he just... Okay, good.
But she's like, my lawyer doesn't believe me, so it doesn't matter anyway. And he's like, well, who's your lawyer? And of course, it's Hye-sung. And he's like, it can't possibly be the same Hye-sung. Like, it's got to be somebody else.
My Hye-sung is perfect.
Yeah, he's like shocked. She walks on water. What are we talking about here?
100%.
But he agrees to attend the trial with her again the next day, I guess.
You know what? Credit where it's due. The Korean justice system moves swiftly.
Apparently, just like days between, so fast that you burn people that are in part of an active investigation. You like, they're dead.
Time.
No longer.
The body is
Can't hold it on ice for a few more days.
No.
Back at the courthouse, Hye-sung is waiting for the elevator when the prosecutor for Hye-sung's case, who we briefly met earlier, steps up to the doors. They turn to look at each other in shock. Any guesses?
Is it the other girl? The one that's the lawyer, the judge's daughter?
It's Do-yeon. You're right.
Yeah. You know what? I've seen stories.
They're like, oh my God, you became prosecutor? You work for the system too? Can't believe it.
Clash of the Titans. Childhood rivalries will be settled in court.
This is obviously totally thrown off Hye-sung, and she meets up with her client, clearly shook, and ignores Soo-ha's presence entirely. He's like standing back there. She's like, who's this? Like, get out of here, man.
Wait, that's the guy who fixed my lights.
She doesn't notice that. She once again tells her to suck it up and just admit defeat for leniency, or the prosecutor on the case will take them both out. They have a strong case. There's no way they're going to win this.
What, strong case?
I guess. All their circumstantial evidence.
Here's the sum total of their case. A person fell from a window and someone looked out that window. Yes. Much later.
And she was a bully to her. That's all you got.
Is the person, the victim, saying it? Did they get a victim statement this time?
At this point, the person's unconscious.
So they're having the trial before the victim is conscious?
Yeah, they don't know which way the victim's going to go. At this point, it looks like the victim may not ever wake up. They're not sure. They're having a court case. Yes, within days, Sam, days.
I'm all for swift justice, but like, maybe delay a week, see what happens. Like, get some illumination on this.
No. You know?
Wild.
Yeah. And, like, we'll get into this, it's like, not really spoilers. She's up for attempted murder, which, like, in the United States, at least, like, you tend to go after the thing you're most likely to get.
It should be, like, I don't know, manslaughter, maybe?
Or, like, did she hurt her? What? I'm totally blanking on the word. Assault, thank you. Like, assault would make more sense.
Well, the problem is you don't know if it's a murder or assault yet because she's still
like, and yeah, and it's like, oh, like, is it attempted murder? I feel like that's not the one that you would actually get.
Because that'd be premeditated or something.
Yeah, like, it just feels very strange to me. For all you know, they got into an argument and she got knocked into and fell over, like, you know, like, it was completely, like you said, manslaughter. Like, what? Attempted murder? This is, again, the words of that summary, forever true, guilty until proven innocent, and you have a 1% chance of freedom. I guess so. Luckily, they have a psychic on their side. Oh, great! Yay! So Soo-ha, who's deeply offended by this whole situation, both for his friend and because she's being awful, tells her that they need to talk, and when she refuses, he, like, fireman carries her off, which is pretty funny. She's like, my God! He's like, it's funny, but also, it's terrible. That's assault. It's terrible. That's assault. And she even says that. She's like, there's cameras. Like, she's like, I'm taking, like, I'm going to sue you kind of thing. Like, this is assault. And once clear of Sung-bin, he insists that she's innocent and she must defend her properly. Like, why are you even a lawyer if you're the absolute worst? Why are you even a lawyer if you're not going to do your job? Like, he just lays into her. Good. And you tell him. She says that there's no evidence that the girl's innocent. Wait, okay. No evidence she's innocent? Isn't it the other way around? There's no evidence that she's guilty? But we've already established that they think all of the circumstantial evidence is evidence of guilt. Wild! Yeah, crazy. Terrible lawyer or terrible justice system, either way. He says he has evidence, and when she asks him what it is, he pauses for a moment very dramatically, but then starts saying, I can read your mind. Well, he doesn't say that. What she does is he starts saying everything she tries to say out loud as she's saying it, which is always funny to me.
But also, again, is that how?
No.
I don't know. Because maybe this is my problem. I certainly don't think what I'm going to say before I say it. I just sort of let it all tumble out in a stream of consciousness, which is probably why I get in trouble so much.
Maybe we're not the people for this show because you and I both do similar things. We just say whatever comes to mind.
I mean, sometimes you think about what you want to say, 100% true. But when you're just having a conversation, I see I'm thinking the next word I'm going to say is the next word I'm going to say is the.
Yeah, and they're having this argument, so she's probably just saying whatever comes to mind. I doubt this is a pre-planned argument because it's back and forth, back and forth.
He's not just psychic. Again, he has precognition is what I'm getting at.
It's possible. We can argue that that's possibly true. Maybe he gets a 3-second head count or something.
That's the funniest. You can see the future, but only 3 seconds.
Anyway, he's like, that's my evidence. This obviously freaks her out. And he tells her, it's not that big a deal. It's nothing any different than any other skill people have. Some people can run X amount of time and X amount of, X amount of miles, X amount of time. This is my super skill. He's trying to downplay it. It's normal. Leave me alone.
Nice try, kid. Not buying it.
And when she realizes he can only read her mind if he looks in her eyes, she's trying to block her eyes from him, looking down and putting her hand up. She's like, no, she doesn't do that as much as you think she would.
Sunglasses? What? No one uses sunglasses?
Sure she ever does that, come to think of it, which would be an obvious solution to this problem.
What crazy, crazy show.
And I didn't even think about that until you said it, actually, so I don't think it happens at all in that show.
Wild.
She tells him it doesn't actually matter because she can't use his mind reading as evidence because the court would laugh her out of the room, and he has a flashback to being a kid. He's like, oh, I didn't think of that kind of thing. And you're like, come on, man.
What? I get him doing this to try to convince her that her client's innocent, maybe, but
Was he planning to use it in court?
Yes.
Was that what he wanted to do?
Is it call me to the witness stand. I, Soo-ha, being of sound mind and body, swear to tell the truth, and I am psychic and read her mind. She's innocent, case closed. Let's go.
Yeah. And that's what she points out. She's like, nothing would even stop you from lying. Nobody can tell if you're lying. If you're the only person who can read minds, you can say whatever you want. We just have to take your word for it. This is stupid. We can't use you.
Yes, 100%. He's a dummy dumb.
And then she says the evidence matters more than the truth. So that's where she lands as a lawyer.
What
currently.
evidence? Sorry. Look, if there was something where the girl had was some reason was holding a piece of her clothing or something like that in her hand when she fell. Give me something to tie her to the crime.
Yeah. No, the only thing is that she was in the same room as her and they were the only two in there, but she swears that she didn't. It's a big room. She's like, I didn't even see her in there. I was doing my nails. I was paying zero attention. And then again, if you had watched her come to the window, she looks down and she's confused. She's looking, looking what happened? She does not look like somebody who just murdered somebody and is checking to make sure they died on the ground.
She doesn't have a pipe. She's well, I gotta go finish the job.
So strange.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll lay off, but that is nonsense.
Then, as you said, why would you even look out the window if you murdered somebody? Wouldn't you leave the room? You're the only witness. Nobody's gonna know you were in there, man. Why would you look out the window? So dumb. So she walks off and he sits in defeat. He's upset and he pulls out his journal and he's looking at it and it says be together or something on the cover. It's obviously the journal about her, and he throws it in the trash can. Yeah, he throws it in the trash can and walks off and then he U-turns in his trash can. It's fine. He U-turns and comes and gets it. He's like, oh, I can't get rid of my journal. I like her too much for that, I guess.
Okay, I was just to say oh, that would have been such a contrivance. Then she finds it and reads all about his thoughts about her and they fall in love.
Nope, that's not how it's used. Oh, well, maybe later. Not yet.
No.
I don't know. I don't remember what happens in the end, Sam.
Okay.
She has fully accepted. She's in the bathroom or something. She fully accepts that she can hear his thoughts. She's just okay. Sure.
He's psychic. I'm on board.
I've got it. I believe him. But it's irrelevant. I don't care. It doesn't matter. So pull yourself together. We've got a court case to figure out. So she comes across Do-yeon in the bathroom and they try to out casual each other. Oh, I didn't expect to see you here. Yeah, I didn't expect to see you here either. I haven't seen you in, 10 years. Yeah, the last time I saw you was
how's your eye?
Was in front of the courtroom, the room you didn't go into. They're very catty back and forth. Do-yeon asks her if she's trying to get an innocent verdict in trial, and Hye-sung denies it, saying the prosecutor's stance was well written and she'd hate to embarrass herself after seeing her for the first time in 10 years. So, she's going with what the prosecutor said. Obviously, the girl's guilty, I guess.
What? If my lawyer was oh yeah, the prosecutor said it, I'm just going to go along with that. Get a new lawyer. That lawyer sucks.
Yeah. Well, she's again, wow, 18. Where are her parents?
She's not 18. Oh, you mean the kid? The kid.
The kid. Yes. The kid's
I thought you
probably
meant the
18.
lawyer.
No.
Yeah, no, the kid, yeah.
They're like now out in the hall, and Do-yeon tells her to try it. Maybe there's a chance. Like, she's clearly spoiling for a fight. She just wants to like have it out in court. And Soo-ha walks up while they're talking, and then they finally finish up their conversation. She leaves, and he asks Hye-sung about her after she leaves, asking her what the firework incident is. And now she's all in on the mind reading. She's like, what was she thinking? Tell me more about what she was thinking in her head, like while we were talking.
So the strategy now is, the premise is he's going to be reading the mind of the opposition and using that and feeding that to the defender to help her strengthen her cases.
That's the long game, yes. And this particular moment, it's just because he's like, what's the firework incident? And she wants to know what her thoughts were, like Do-young's thoughts were on him. He tells her that Do-young was reflecting on how much she was the same from 10 years ago. How like there's the kid in her is very similar to the adult that she is now. And this puts Hye-sung into like a crisis of conscience as she heads into the courtroom, because she's like, I'm like a totally different person now, you know, like she doesn't have that same fire that she had where she's like, I'm innocent, you know, like where she wouldn't let somebody say that they were guilty. Good timing.
Also, like, did the prosecutor look Soo-ha in the eye? Like, when you're having a conversation with someone else, you're not like looking at the person you're not talking to.
I don't think he has to like make eye contact. I think he has to just see their eyes, because like, or maybe she glanced over him, but like he just seems to be able to, if he just kind of like glances at their eyes, he can somehow read their minds.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out how things work here.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to require like actual eye contact from everything we see. Don't ask me why.
Okay. I mean, I would love to, but I know I'm not going to get a satisfactory answer.
It's the magic's loosey-goosey, Sam.
Oh, that's never been something we've seen before.
So the charges are read, and the prosecutor is going after her, as I said, for attempted murder, which I personally think is insane.
Crazy.
Hye-sung looks over at her charge, who's shaking hands in her lap. She's just like clearly internally freaking out about everything. She's like very nervous looking. And she looks at Soo-ha, who's sitting in the seats. And she stares at him and she asks in her head, are you absolutely certain that she's innocent? And he nods his head. And she's like, can I trust you? And he nods his head again.
Can you?
Like, can you trust the 18-year-old who just came up and said he can read minds? I guess now you're.
Can you trust the 18-year-old stalker? Maybe?
She doesn't know he's stalking. Hye-sung stands as they ask if they're accepting the charges. And she says, I deny all charges against her. The defendant pleads not guilty. Soo-ha smiles and the court murmurs in surprise.
Also, like, again, I'm maybe ignorant of corporate scenes, but doesn't the client of the lawyer decide what they plead, and the lawyer's job is just to plead that? Like,
well, she's been saying all along, like, I don't want to plead guilty. She's set it up to basically the minute she's been in this courtroom.
That's my point, is like, as a lawyer, you can advise people, I think you should plead X, Y, or Z, but you can't decide, I get to decide what you plead as a lawyer. No, the client decides what they plead. Your job is to represent them, right?
Yes, I agree. I think she's kind of like railroaded her into it.
Yeah, again, terrible lawyering is my point.
Yes. I mean, yeah, but it's established that she is a terrible lawyer, so to be fair, this is in character.
Okay, good. I just want to further reiterate the point.
So the lawyers go back and forth arguing for the defendant. I'm skipping a lot of things here. It does not matter what's happening during this court case.
Cool. Great. Love it.
So yeah, it goes back and forth. They're arguing this and that. And people saw her do this and she was the only one in the room and blah, blah, blah. But it looks like briefly that Hye-young might actually be getting the upper hand until Do-sung asks to bring in a surprise witness. It's the girl who was pushed out of the window. She's awake. Dun, dun, dun.
Also, you can't do that? Don't you have to note again? I remember this from wasn't that a big thing from My Cousin Vinny?
Okay. Yeah. Like, at least in the United States justice system, you have to have witnesses
voir dire the witness.
How did what's-her-face even in the beginning of this, step in? Hye-sung, she just walked in and was like, I'm here to be a witness. She's not on the witness list.
Most of my understanding of the American justice system comes from My Cousin Vinny, so my knowledge is limited.
Which I've heard is actually quite accurate.
That's, again, why I trust it so much, is because I've heard that too. And the whole idea of voir diring the witness, I remember that very clearly because it was very funny.
Yeah, I don't know if you can last minute a witness in, but they do it all the time in the show.
Nonsense!
So Hye-young agrees and the girl that she's with, she's like, oh, thank God, because she'll say that I wasn't there. That's perfect.
No,
let's bring
but
her in as a witness.
Revenge. So what I thought happened from the beginning, I'm pretty sure this was what's going to happen, was that she threw herself out the window, was going to blame the girl to get revenge on her for bullying, right?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out.
Okay, great. Okay.
So everybody on the defendant's side
is crazy, by the way.
Everybody on the defendant's side, like, yes, absolutely, we agree, bring this girl in because it'll prove her innocence, which, again, feels optimistic given TV rules.
Except, why isn't Soo-ha reading her mind and seeing her ill intent?
So she's not there yet. They're going to bring her in.
Okay, but once she gets in there, like, okay, never mind.
Oh, it doesn't really matter if he can, again, what's the point? He can read their minds. Like,
he can tell her to object to the witness.
Yeah, the best that he could do is be like, okay, this is what really happened, and maybe she could ask questions to get at that, but like he can't be like, she's lying. Like, there's like,
but she can at least tell the lawyer to like not just say yes, accept her testimony. Like, you know, maybe have the lawyer like say, hey, we need time to process this or whatever. Like, stall.
Yeah, you think they'd use it more to their defense, but you'd be surprised. So,
okay. Cool.
So they recess, and Soo-ha leaves the court and is wandering through the building, hearing all the people passing him as if he's catching their eyes, I guess, is like when he walks past them. When he suddenly hears a familiar voice. Jong Hye-sung, that kid became a public defender here. This just became interesting, says the voice.
Oh, it's the murderer.
He flashes back to his own court case with his dad's murder and scans the crowd trying to find him. He chases after a man who turns out to be someone else, and the camera pans to Min Jun-guk as he walks out of the courthouse. Dun dun dun! That's where we're going to end. I'm not going to tell you.
Why? I'm going to hate it, I know. If this isn't a government conspiracy to cover up the secret child psychic program, I don't want to hear
it. Well, I guess we won't do any of the future episodes. Sorry, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the first one.
Fine, I'll let it happen, but I'm going to be unhappy about it.
The murderer's been released. Release the murderer.
Release the murderer. What's this? Clash of the Titans? What's going on?
I guess you only get 10 years for murder.
And attempted murder of a child immediately in front of the judge.
Yeah. Well, and attempted murder of another child in the car. Like,
yeah. So, you know, clearly that's a person that we can let back out into society after like 10 years. Easy.
Oh, man, I have so many thoughts about this, which we will get into in future episodes.
I'm sure you do. I can already anticipate what those thoughts. Maybe I'm Soo-ha because I can read your mind, Danielle.
Oh, so many thoughts.
Well, that was certainly an opening salvo of an episode.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoyed it because we're in for the long haul. Because this is going to be my Hyperion.
Oh, boy.
Not really.
It really is fitting that you would do like 3 years of this.
I'm not going to do 3 years of this, everybody. It's okay. This was actually several episodes worth of information, so we're already on track to do just, I don't know how many episodes, but it'll be a few.
Well, I'm angry and confused, so this has pretty much been a Book Retorts episode.
I am here for you. I hear your voice.
No! I'm guilty of not proven innocent. Where's my 1% chance of freedom?
I'm sorry. You know what? I used that summary because it made me laugh. And honestly, it was very accurate. I take it all back.
Yeah, you made fun of it, but so far it has proven to be quite accurate. And like, you say that they're not a private investigators, or maybe like they meant more that the lawyers do a bunch of investigating, like he does investigating.
It was, a metaphor of like, they're private investigating to see if they can get their clients off or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So along with her salty attitude, we're going to see what happens.
I don't feel like that's properly come across in my recap because it's hard to do in a recap.
She just seemed bitter though. That's what I got to say.
She's pretty salty.
Yeah. Again, not unfair given what has happened to her and transpired.
Yeah, I don't know why she became a lawyer, but here she is.
Because she initially thought about justice and then lost her nerve. I don't know.
Yeah, it feels like she's kind of lost her joy.
I can't believe we did a flashback for all that stuff. We never forgot out why she became a lawyer. That was ever part of that.
I don't know that it ever is, to be honest.
Great. Perfect. Love it. No notes.
Or if there was, I don't recall.
Well, if you out there can explain to us how the Korean justice system works and how accurate a perfect representation of it is in this show, please reach out to us at bookretorts.com.
You can also blue sky us at Book Retorts. I feel like we had a lot of questions during this episode. If you happen to be, if you know Korean law or lived in Korea, we'd love it. Feel free
100%. Reach out. Yes, please. And if you want to help fund our legal defense fund, where we will be the lawyers you need, the psychic lawyers you need, do we know anything about the law? No, but we will. Maybe you don't know. We'll never tell. You have to pay us to find out.
This is just the plot of Psych. Like, what have we been doing?
No! Someone stole our idea before we got to it. They were also precognizant.
If you liked Psych, boy, will you like us.
And who doesn't like Psych?
Everybody loves that show.
All right, you can fund that at we'll go Book Recyc. Perfect. No one's going to see where we stole that from.
We'll come up with a better title. Psych Retorts.
Pretty good. All right, we'll work on that. But you can help fund that at patreon.com/bookretorts.
Psych Retorts.
Great, it sticks with you. Well, until next time, be careful out there because apparently there is no justice in the world.
That's absolutely true. You're guilty until proven innocent. Don't forget.
And you have a 1% chance of freedom unless you have a salty lawyer and her psychic kid boyfriend helping you.
Or Psych Retorts.
Psych Retorts. Never forget Psych Retorts. All right, well, until then, bye.
Take care, everyone.
Sirens.
Ooh, I can hear this one.
The wind brings the sirens. It calls to them, and they respond.
Okay.
With a wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo.
They want to sound like the wind. They're like, wind, 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 wind.
The sirens wail because they cannot be what they want to be most. The wind itself. They're always a shadow of that.
That'd be a weird fight. Esoteric kind of fight going on in the universe.
They just like, the wind howls and the sirens lament because they can never be as powerful as the wind. All right. Stupid.